What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Married to Reality. It's the Married at First Sight edition. I'm your co-host, John, here with my wife and co-host. It's the one and only Teresa.
Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing?
Woo!
Ooh.
It's that time of the week again.
It sure is.
It's that time. It is Maths Thursday. What day is it?
Yes, it is.
Thursday?
It is Thursday.
I feel like a lot of you guys are going to listen on Friday. But happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday.
Happy Friday. Happy Friday Eve. Happy weekend. All good things.
All good things.
And this episode was all good things.
Fire.
Actually, not all good things. A lot of bad things. But the worse it is for the couples, the better it is for us.
It's so good. It's so good. This season so far, fabulous.
I know. It makes me almost regret not covering past seasons.
I've been saying that. I think I told some of our friends when we were chit-chatting in our DMs. I was like, I can't believe we haven't covered it until now because we've been watching it for years.
For years. And yeah, I'm super happy we started now, but I love talking about it.
Listen, better late than never.
That's what I always say.
Right?
Speaking of our friends, our maths friends, I want to give a shout out to some of our maths friends because we've had several people message us and say, hey, never watched maths before, started just so I could listen to the pod.
That's very true.
And follow along. And that's the biggest compliment that we could make you guys watch a 2-hour piece of dumpster fire like this is a huge compliment. And this is a shout out to Tressie, to Jeanette, to Christine. These are some of the friends. I know there are others that I'm forgetting, but thank you guys for reaching out and saying,
yeah, thank you guys.
Never watched this show, but happy to be here now.
The show is wild.
And also, you're welcome Lifetime for getting you some more viewers, right?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Lifetime, speaking of Lifetime, I never realized how wild that channel is.
Okay.
Guys, we learned something yesterday after Maths because after Maths, we usually turn the TV off and...
Well, it's 10 o'clock.
Yeah, brush our teeth, get in the bed, watch some Office, right? But we didn't yesterday. We left the TV on, and I couldn't believe what I was watching.
So glad we did. If you guys didn't leave the TV on, first of all, big mistake. Should have left it on. Because what follows Married at First Sight is adults adopting adults. Okay?
I think I died laughing so many times.
Yeah.
But I was also very disturbed at the same time.
Very disturbing. A lot of perverts, I think.
It's a show for pervs.
Not all of them are perverted situations, but a lot of them are husband and wife who are 40s, 50s, 60s years old, who I think the husband wants to be in a throuple or something.
It always looks like it.
The wife clearly does not. So then the guy's like, well, what if we just adopted an adult? And then it's always been like, well, we tried this before, but my husband started to get sexually attracted to our adoptee.
This is why I said it's for pervs.
It's ridiculous.
It's so bad.
And even the storyline that was like, oh, I'm a principal or a vice president of a school, and this girl needs a better home. She's from foster care. That guy, that husband of this woman who brought in this younger girl is like, oh, it's all good, baby. Like, oh, I'm going to take care.
Girl.
It's all good, baby girl. I'm going to take care of you. It's like, that's not how you talk to your daughter.
But that's the thing. They're all adults.
They're adults adopting adults.
Yes. I told John that I'm going to adopt him for his birthday.
And then
I'm gonna be his wife and his mom.
And then I'm going to adopt Teresa. And I will be... I lost track of everything I'll be. I will be your husband, your father, your son.
Yes.
Yes.
This is so ridiculous.
Guys, watch it. Watch it if you haven't. And then the other show, and we'll talk about maps in a second, the other show that we are in love with is Love Off the Grid.
So good.
This show is out of control.
And we had some of you asking us if we're going to cover it. I'll tell you what, guys, we're watching it for pleasure because we've been covering so many shows. But never say never. We may in the future. But right now, I'm happy I get 5 hours of sleep.
Yeah, never say never. But if you guys want to talk to us about these shows, message us on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod.
Because we do watch them.
We do watch them and we do want to talk about them. We just can't commit to 2 hours of podcasting about them a week.
Although I'm not sure if I want to keep watching adulting adults.
Oh, I'll watch it alone then. I'm so invested in these families.
It's so ridiculous, guys.
Oh, it's so good.
If you feel like, I'm feeling really normal today, I should watch something crazy. Watch adults adopting adults.
And guys, we've only seen one episode. So maybe
I think that was enough.
I know, but maybe it kind of levels out. Maybe it gets a little more normal. But it was so jarring to us watching it for the first time that I think we were just jaws on the floor.
And I was so tired at that point, but I was like, I am not going to shower. I am going to finish this because this is too good.
At 10:45, I was like, T, you want to hop in the shower? Like, let's get ready for bed. She's like, no, I am finishing this episode. Great show. Great shows. Maths, of course, a great show. So message us on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod to talk about any of the shows.
Yeah.
Or if you have a show we should watch, let us know. Okay, also make sure you're following the podcast wherever you're listening. So easy to do. Just look down and smash that follow button.
Guys, smash it like it's as hot as that pina colada MTS and Lindsay were making.
That looked good. And the pineapple cocktail looked really good.
Yes, but I like this pina a little more. I don't know, for some reason, I was in a mood for a pina colada yesterday, and then I watched it on TV.
Wait, you were previously?
I was thinking about it. I was like, I would like to have a pina colada, but we obviously don't have anything that goes into a pina colada in the house.
No.
So I just drank vodka.
Whoa. And then we watched adults watching
Moscow
adults.
Mule.
We, short little detour here. We made pina coladas once in our life, I think.
Twice, but sure.
We were living in New York City.
We just started dating.
We had just started dating. There was like a heat wave. And we were like, you know what would be good? Some frozen drinks. Let's make some pina coladas. We didn't have any of the ingredients. I didn't have a blender. I think you had a blender.
Yeah, I had to carry my big ass blender over to you.
You carried the blender like 10 streets. And then we went and we bought all the ingredients. And we thought, wouldn't it be awesome if we got beach chairs and sat on the roof of my apartment and had the pina coladas while the sun sat? And we were like, sure, we don't have beach chairs either. Let's go buy some. We walked out. We checked the roof. It was open. Good to go. We went to this hardware store, bought these chairs, walked them all the way back, like 25 blocks, carrying these chairs, made the pina coladas, got everything together, walked up the stairs to the roof, and it was locked. You could not access and you're not supposed to access the roof. It's not like a rooftop. It's a New York City apartment.
A lot of people do that.
It's kind of like a fire escape almost.
Yeah.
But a lot of people go up, and we wanted to, and it was locked. And I don't think it ever unlocked.
I was going to say, they never unlocked it.
Until we moved out. Like, we never had the chance to go up there. I think they heard us plotting. And we're like, absolutely not.
And we did fun stuff on the roof. Like, we painted on the roof.
We went up there a couple times.
Yeah. Like, we watched the fireworks.
Fireworks over Central Park.
Yeah, something.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's a little pina colada anecdote for you. Okay. That's it. And if you haven't left a review, please do. That means the most to us.
It does.
That and
sure does.
That and telling us that you started watching this show so you could hang out with us while we talked about this. Those two things mean the world.
And also all the beautiful messages. Guys, you've been sending us so many awesome, positive messages that I read some today as I was on a call, kind of. And I was getting a little emotional, which wasn't the best time for me to do it. But that was just beautiful. So thank you, all of you who send us these awesome messages.
I know. I think at least when I say it, it becomes kind of boilerplate because I say it every pod. I'm like, hey, can you leave reviews? It means a lot. But it really does. Like, it's ridiculous that you guys are taking time out of your day to message us and say how much you love the pod and how much you love hanging out with us. So thank you. Like, that's all we can say is
Thank you.
Okay.
Ready?
I'm so ready.
Let's do this.
Married at First Sight, season 14, episode 5. And should we start with your favorite?
Lindsay and Mark the Shark.
Lindsay and Mark the Shark. Okay, so we're in Puerto Rico, right? We're on the honeymoon. Everyone's there. And we start with Lindsay waking up with Mark. And this conversation of, have you ever eaten a bowl of goldfish with milk? Have you ever eaten a bowl of goldfish like cereal?
No! No! No, please God!
Indeed.
Wow. Where do I begin with this?
I don't even eat goldfish, but eating goldfish with milk, that's just disgusting.
It is. But when she was like, like cereal, I was kind of like, is that genius? Because if you think about most cereals, they're probably very similar in recipe and consistency to goldfish.
They are not sour.
No.
Most cereal are either tasteless or sweet. Or
wait,
sweeter.
So what about the sour part?
Goldfish are like salty sour.
Oh.
You don't put milk on something salty.
Okay.
I mean, at least I don't. In my opinion, that's just wrong. But I have a certain feel about certain foods. Like I would never eat anything that has a weird color. So let's say if a cupcake is green, I'm not gonna eat it because it's wrong.
You're very strange. You've never had a green bagel on St. Patrick's Day?
Oh, hell no. Hell no.
You're very strange. That stuff doesn't bother me. The coloring doesn't bother me. Consistency kind of bothers me. And that's why I'm kind of turned off by the idea of mushy goldfish.
You know what I also don't like and I've never had because I can't?
The
snack with a tiger. What is it called?
Wait, the cereal with the tiger?
No. It's a snack. It's like a sour. No, it's sour. It's salty. It's bright orange. Cheetos.
Oh.
It's just so unnaturally orange.
Yeah.
That I can't. And guys, don't get me wrong. I love snacking. I just ate half a bowl of nachos.
Sure did.
But those look natural.
Sure.
Right?
Not,
I just have a problem when something has a weird color.
Okay.
Which also goldfish, by the way.
Well, I was very intrigued by this because I wasn't sure if Lindsay was a genius or an insane person.
Still drunk.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. But I Googled it, and there's a whole Reddit thread from years ago, not even spawned from this conversation, from years ago, a whole Reddit thread of people talking about goldfish in milk.
What?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I guess everyone can be gourmet in their own way. Like I eat spaghetti with ketchup.
That is not gourmet. It's
That's
definitely your own way.
Czech.
It's definitely your own way.
Ask a Czech person, what did your mom make you when you were a child for dinner like 5 times a week? Spaghetti with ketchup and cheese.
Okay.
Literally.
Okay. So this is apparently a thing. The best comment was on this Reddit thread. It was like, anyone eat goldfish with milk? And someone wrote, no, they're fish. They're supposed to be in water. And I was like, that's pretty good. I like that.
All right.
I like that.
All
Anyway,
right.
Anyway, okay. So a producer immediately asks Lindsay, have you guys consummated the marriage yet?
And she laughed for like 15 minutes.
It's kind of a tell. She says the lady never kisses and tells, but I think her laugh said it all.
Oh, for sure.
I think, well, yeah, we learned later that they banged it out, but she wasn't doing a good job of keeping that under wraps.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Next thing they kind of discuss, like, what should we do? And guess what Lindsay wants to do?
Something with drinking.
Surprise, surprise. And I don't judge her. They're on a vacation. If it was me personally, I would probably want to scuba dive or something first before I start drinking.
Okay, Chris.
What? I love snorkeling. We'll get there.
Okay.
But Lindsay wants to make pina coladas, which that's a cool idea.
Lindsay's definitely the girl who has It's 5 o'clock somewhere hanging in her apartment.
It
right?
sounds like it. Seems like it, yeah.
Yeah, Mark was kind of turned off by this idea. He was like, I thought maybe exploring or something, but sure, we could have one drink.
You can explore the bar.
You can explore the bar. Yeah. And when you have a couple cocktails, maybe that leads you to explore some more.
Yeah, you can tell that MTS is not very thrilled about her drinking. And he's going to say it later, but he says, well, I don't want the drama with the Elijah one to be repeated. So let's just have one.
Well, this is where we learned that she apparently had 3 bottles of wine
Whoa.
the day before, or the flight over, or I think the day she got into a fight with Elijah one, she put down 3 bottles of wine.
That's a lot.
It's like 12 glasses.
Like, I would be hugging the toilet.
Yeah.
Listen, I can kill a bottle. I think we all can.
A bottle's fine.
Yeah.
Let's be a bottle a night, maybe during the
Nah.
thick of the pandemic, okay? We'll give you a pass for that.
Are you talking about me?
To our friends.
Okay.
Okay, a bottle a night, maybe in the thick of the pandemic when things were really uncertain. Now, a glass a night?
Yeah. Not every night, but
Not
here
every
and
night.
there I have a glass. Yeah. I definitely dialed back with all the drinks because my anxiety is a little better with the pandemic. Like, I was really anxious when the pandemic hit. I didn't know what's going on.
Well, it was just something to do. It was the marker of, okay, the work day is over. Let's have some drinks to make it actually feel like we're not at the office anymore. Because
I was
we're all
also
working from home.
scared. Like, everyone was like, oh my gosh, like there's COVID everywhere. People are just dying left and
Alcohol
right.
kills germs. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I was very anxious for several months in a row. And well, anyways, much better now. I have a glass here and there. YOLO.
Yellow. Okay, so let's cut to Mark and Lindsay at Lindsay's. Perfect. Her ideal couples activity, which is Mark making pina coladas and Lindsay drinking them.
Well, MTS looked cool making the piñas.
Oh, he
dancing.
thought he was Tom Cruise in Cocktail. Yeah, I should have been a bartender. He's like, I should have been a bartender. Is it too late to make a career change?
You know what I didn't realize until now? I guess I should have, but on this episode, I realized how, like, Mark the Shark is like a simple man just appreciating simple things, right? He doesn't seem to be traveling a lot or like trying crazy foods. He has his things he likes.
Yeah, the most interesting thing about him is his nickname that he gave
Mark the
himself.
Shark, yeah. And like Lindsay's just crazy. She drinks. She seems to travel a lot and she seems to be doing crazy things. So I think she will help him to get out of his shell unless he runs away.
Yeah, and that's what they said.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we kind of thought, oh, Mark's out of his shell enough. But his friends were like, no, I think Lindsay would be good for him.
And that's why I said it, because we did think that, oh my gosh, Mark the Shark is crazy. He's out there. But he's not,
Not in comparison.
I guess.
If he was with someone like Alyssa, I think we would all look at Mark and go, oh, man, he's so loud and wild, because Alyssa's so like introverted, or she's not even introverted, just annoying.
Just annoying, yeah.
But I think when you pair Mark with someone like Lindsay, it just waters him down.
Maybe, yeah.
The best part of this entire cocktail scene was Lindsay, of course, getting brain freeze for like a minute straight, because Lindsay, you're not supposed to chug pina
just gonna
coladas. She's like, alcohol. Oh my God, my brain.
Love it. I mean, not the brain freeze, but I love a good pina colada.
Yeah, Lindsay, why are you trying to funnel pina coladas right now? Take it easy. This is a sipping drink.
Well, yeah, you gotta drink quite a bit of them to get a buzz, because they're mostly sugar. Unless you have like a fun bartender who's just gonna dump
Little
like
rum floater.
Yeah.
Little rum floater on it. Yeah.
I almost feel like MTS.
Yeah, we've been to all inclusives.
Yes, I was just gonna say. I almost feel like MTS was probably like, "Oh, hey, Lindsay, look over there," and he just didn't even put any rum into
Right.
the pina colada just to keep her sober.
Little virgin pina.
I'm sure she would know.
So, for sure. So they sit down and they start talking about their dating history. And apparently Lindsay has a thing for engineers, or there's a dating app for engineers, because she said, I've dated every engineer in the book.
What kind of an engineer? There are so many engineers.
Right. And Steve was an engineer, wasn't
Who's
Steve?
Steve?
Steve. No.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Some sort of an sales engineer or something, maybe.
That's what we've yet to see on MAFS.
What do you mean?
We've seen, do we kind of see it? We've seen Johnny in Bow, who knew each other from
Yeah.
a past life come together. We haven't seen a couple where one of them has dated someone from another couple, right? But I'm trying to think of Luke. Wasn't there, remember Luke with the beard
Yeah, the one in Philadelphia.
and a blonde girl?
He was running like a dating event, and the girl he married went to the dating event with her
Right.
friend.
But did Luke date her friend, or did Luke
No, he
just-
didn't date anyone. He
Right.
organized the
Okay.
event, but they met.
But so imagine, because this could easily happen. Imagine if Lindsay had dated Steve and they both end up on the show, but with different people. And it's like, oh, I dated Steve.
Oh, that would be fun.
That'd be wild.
But maths is always happening in big cities, so I feel like the chances are very, very tiny.
Yeah. Anyways, so she apparently has a thing for engineers, dated them all. Mark dabbled with dating in high school and college. Didn't get serious until he graduated. And when he did, he met this one girl, and this is going to sound familiar.
His first love.
His first love loved the booze just like Lindsay.
He literally said she had a drinking problem, so it did not work out.
And he must have told this to the experts, right? Must have been like, well, tell me about your past relationships. Why'd they end? Why didn't they work out?
Well, I don't think Lindsay portrayed herself as like, oh my gosh, I love drinking. I drink all the time.
That's a good point.
And maybe she doesn't. Maybe this is what she does when she's nervous. Like a lot of people are nervous drinkers. So
Sure.
maybe she has a glass on the weekend, as we all do, or here and there, because she has to be sober for work, as we all should. But now she's basically on a vacation. She's nervous. She married a stranger, and some
there's
people
cameras.
some people find comfort in alcohol. So I don't want to talk shit about her when it comes to drinking, because who
I mean,
knows how
but-
we would react.
If she truly drank 3 bottles of wine in a day, that's excessive.
Well, that's a lot. Yeah,
That's excessive.
that's a lot.
So, okay, so Mark's got a past with a drinker. So that's that could be an issue.
Oh, I feel bad for MTS. I just want to hug him in a
Oh,
blanket.
you come down over there. Lindsay feels like Mark's a people pleaser. And Mark says, well, I have to fill that people pleaser role because that's who I find myself with, is people who need this love and attention. Right. And Lindsay's like, well, I want to love you. I want to care for you in your own world. I don't want you to have to come over and take care of me and live in my world.
That's very nice of her to say.
It's nice of her to say. Let's see if she takes the necessary actions to do that.
We'll find out. But yeah, Mark definitely comes across as the protective shark. He just swims around everyone, helping them, but he doesn't feed until everyone's fed.
Oh, look at you.
I'm just doing these shark references.
I like it. Very good. Okay, let's talk about Jasmine and Michael.
Jasmine and Michael.
Waking up in bed, and Michael's being very attentive. I think he's falling into that role of caretaker and husband pretty seamlessly, or at least he's trying to. He's bringing Jasmine a coffee, right, while she's laying in bed. He's trying to be there for her.
Not the coffee she likes.
Explain that to me, because she's like, I don't like your coffee. It's hotel coffee. I don't think Michael brought his own beans.
All right, I might be wrong here, guys. Don't hate me, but I think that he said he drinks black coffee. He doesn't put anything in it.
Sure.
So that's why she said, I don't want to drink your coffee.
Right, so put some cream in her
Well,
coffee.
maybe they didn't
or
send
a couple packets
a
of
cream
sugar.
with them. Yeah.
Have you ever stayed in a hotel that didn't at least have some fake creamer and sugar?
Well, that's true.
I mean, that's
yeah.
an issue if Michael's not asking, how do you take your coffee? That
I
could
think
be an issue.
they had the discussion, I think, at the wedding.
Yeah. Okay. So I felt like he was trying, but maybe he's not listening. And that's a real thing too in relationships, is people try, oh, this is what's good for her. I'm going to do this. But, well, listen, because that's not what she wants.
Yeah.
So they start talking about their little argument from the night before.
And I was getting a little annoyed because it's like, move on to something else. Come on.
Well, this is the thing. Michael apparently can't let things go.
He cannot stop overthinking.
He's an overthinker. He can't let the little things go. He's going to self-sabotage. This is going to be a reoccurring theme in this relationship, and he wishes things were better right now. He's like, oh, I wish we made more progress in our connection. But it's been 3 days, Mike.
Dude. And even Jasmina's like, why is this the first thing he thinks of when he wakes up?
Right.
Very true. Just wake up, have some breakfast, enjoy, maybe go to the beach or something, and then talk about it.
But it's not the first thing he thinks of when he wakes up. I guarantee you he's thinking about it when he lays in bed falling asleep.
Oh, for sure. He's dreaming about it.
Dreaming about it, and then he wakes up. He can't escape these thoughts. So he says, I'm shy, right? I blame myself for this lack of progress in our relationship. He puts it on himself. It is his fault, but it's not because he's shy. The issue, I think, the wedge that's growing between them is his inability to just let bygones be bygones, put the past in the past. It has nothing to do with shyness. Like, your relationship is progressing fine for 3 days.
Yes. Yeah, some people cannot. Some people live in the past, I think, and that's usually the problem in the relationship. I've never had that problem, but I feel like from what I know from my girlfriends, some of them cannot give up the past, so they cannot give up the other person's past, and they keep bringing it up and overthinking, etc., etc. Like, why do you care?
Right, but it's not even that type of past that they're concerned about. It's 25 minutes ago past where Jasmina learned, oh, Michael has a hard time getting over things, and that's their past. That's their baggage already. And Jasmina's like, we've been together a few hours. What do you expect? Where do you expect us to be? We don't know each other. And Michael's like, well, it's been a few hours, but this isn't your average relationship. I have a ring on my finger, so I want to make things great.
Yeah, Michael needs to take a chill pill.
Yeah, and maybe now I'm not rethinking it. I was going to say maybe he is pushing too hard in trying to make this marriage feel authentic with like the whole coffee thing. But no, he does need to put some effort in, but he needs to put effort in and let it play out naturally.
True.
Don't rush things.
Don't rush things, Michael.
Don't rush things. Okay. So then they head to the pool for these awesome looking pineapple drinks.
Yes.
This reminded me of your pineapple fried rice. Shout out to the Shanghai Dumpling House.
Stop it. I still look
Nashville.
at the photos once in a while.
Yeah. It was a masterpiece.
It was so good and so beautiful. It was the last meal I had in 2021. What a way to end the year.
It was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
What a
It was
feast.
so good too.
Yeah. So these drinks looked amazing. Each pineapple had multiple straws in it, which is how you know it's a solid pour. Like, these were not for one person. Maybe for one Lindsay, but not for one normal person, right? So they're hanging out, drinking these pineapples, and now Jasmina can't let go of these comments that Michael's sisters made, right? It's kind of ironic. He can't let go of the past. His sister told Jasmina this, and now Jasmina can't let go of what she learned about Michael not being able to let go of the past.
I think she would let go of it if he didn't act on it. Like if
Sure. Well, then it wouldn't be an issue.
Yes, I'm saying if the sisters told just me like, hey, this is what he did in the past, but you'll see. And Michael is just there and he's present, he doesn't overthink. I don't think she would ever brought it up.
Right.
But he is doing all that. So she wants to address what was said to her because he's validating his sister's comments.
Right. Because sure, people will say things and it could be their opinion of you, their assessment of you, but then you go and you prove it.
Like, you remember how Chris's friends just ruined his marriage for him?
No, Alyssa ruined his marriage for
Well,
him.
yes, but that was the first strike for her. That Chris loves to teach people? Get out of here. Get out of here.
Yeah, we'll get to them. So, okay, let's do some sadness this segment here because Jasmina asked why Michael is the way he is. Why are you the way you are? Why are you an overthinker? And he brings up all of the loss in his life. And wow, it was literally, it was a list of loss. Mm-hmm. I lost my brother. Then I lost my dad. Then I lost my mom. Then I lost my grandma. It's like, holy shit.
And grandpa, you forgot grandpa.
Grandpa. And
friends.
he's 28 years old. Mm-hmm. And he's lost all of that already.
That's very sad.
It's incredibly sad. And if that doesn't have some sort of impact on you, then you are tough as Teflon. It's only normal, I feel like, to have some sort of reaction to this level of loss. And he says, you know, I look at the world now like something bad's always going to happen. And I can see that because so much bad has happened. Mm-hmm. The funny thing to me is not funny, but I'm different in the sense that when things are too good, that's when I'm like, okay, when's the other shoe going to drop? Like, this is too good. Things are going too well.
Are you talking about maths?
No, my personal life or our life. When I'm like, oh, everything's going well. We feel good. Work's good. Friends, right? I'm like, okay. Something.
What friends?
Exactly. Having no friends is beautiful. You don't have to deal with it. But I kid. But that's when I go, okay, things can't be too good for too long. What's going to happen? But Michael's the opposite. He's just like, I think something always bad is about to happen.
I never feel that way. I just roll with the punches.
Yeah, you don't know. Yeah, you roll with the punches, but you're a realist. You know things aren't always going to be good.
Yeah, but I don't think about it. It's almost like I expect it. I don't want to say anything or call anything, but I expect a lot of things because it's life. Anything can happen. So it's not like I think about it, but it's always in the back of my mind. And when something does happen, I'm like, yep, well, that's life.
Right. You're a realist. I think we're both realists. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of, I think Michael's a pessimist.
He is.
Unfortunately.
He is.
And I don't know if I'd rather be a pessimist or an optimist. I guess an optimist, right? You're going to be let down a lot more, but at least you'll be happy in the moments that you're not being let down.
This is what I call myself. I'm a positive realist.
I love that.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Did you just come up with that?
No, I've been telling people this for a while now.
You're so proud of yourself.
I am. I told the whole team. T
does this little, I don't even know. It's like a look. It's an affectation. She just kind of like looks over her shoulder a little bit when she's proud of herself.
I do that,
like,
right?
Did anyone notice what I just said? Did anyone see that? Yeah. Okay. I'm a positive realist. You can use that if you want. That one's on me. Okay. Jasmina, she's kind of a positive realist too. She's like, maybe all of this loss should make Michael just YOLO. Like, you realize how fragile life is, how fleeting these moments are. Maybe you should just YOLO. And he says, I'm a happy person. I'm a lone wolf. And I just like to go through these things and process these things alone.
He said, I'm a happy person. It's just my coping mechanism, which means you're not a happy person.
Well, everyone's got to cope. Even if you're happy, you got to cope.
But you cannot dwell on things.
No. And you can't turn ant hills into whatever the term is, mountains out of a molehill, right? Or
sure.
bee sting, whatever your Czech saying is. I will never remember the saying. But when you turn
I have a lot of sayings.
When you turn something small into something big.
Oh, like don't make a mosquito out of a camel.
Right. I think it's probably the other way around. Don't make a camel out of a mosquito.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Look at me. I know Czech. But yeah, I mean, come on. I do think he should YOLO a little bit. And hopefully Jasmina can help him with that. Because he does deserve happiness. He's a good dude.
He does deserve happiness. He for sure does. I just don't know if Jasmina is the person who will bring it for him.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to wait to find out.
Well, sure will.
Let's talk about someone who doesn't deserve happiness.
Someone who just annoys me. I'm sorry to say, but based on all your messages, she annoys everyone.
Well, let me say this. I think everyone deserves happiness. I'm being a little tongue-in-cheek when I say she doesn't. The only reason I say she doesn't deserve happiness is because she's not doing anything to make herself happy. She's living in this just bubble of sadness and disappointment, and she won't do anything to get out of it.
And if she is going to keep her attitude, she's going to end up alone because no one wants to deal with this.
Here's the sad part about her being on TV. And I know you don't think she's the prettiest.
But
girl.
I also said, hey, everyone has a different
Right.
type.
I don't think she's unattractive. I think there's going to be a lot of guys who see her on this show and are going to be sliding into her DMs, and she's going
bang it out.
to bang it out, and who knows from there, but she's going to be rewarded. Even though she's such a terrible person or portrayed as such a terrible person on this show, she's going to find a guy or 2 or 10 from this.
Maybe. I was going to say, if it doesn't work out with Katina or Jasmina, their DMs are probably full already.
Oh, for sure.
Even Lindsay. Like, Lindsay's crazy, but I think she is a nice person deep down. Like, she means well. She's just out of control, right?
Yeah.
Who did I forget? Jasmina, Katina.
Noi.
Noi is gorgeous. I think Noi, if that doesn't work out, she's going to have a full invoice. Alyssa, I'm not sure about it. Like, I would not even want to be her friend.
But
and I'm very open to friends.
We're watching. Are you? You just said we have no friends.
Yeah, but that's our choice.
Exactly. So you're not that open to
Well,
friends.
I am, but we just, honestly.
We're choosing not. We're choosing
When
not
do you
to.
want to hang out with friends?
Right. So this is a 2-person podcast.
I just hung out with my friend after like a year.
Oh, yeah.
We finally had some time.
Yeah, that's enough till next year, probably.
Luckily, she's the same way as me, so it works.
Here's what I was going to say, though. You were mentioning Jasmine and Katina and Noi. They are, at least right now, they seem happy in their relationships on television. Alyssa doesn't, clearly, right? No spoiler there. That means every guy watching this who finds her attractive and is single will be like, the first thing they're going to say to her is, oh, yeah, Chris sucks. I'm way better. You can't approach Katina and be like, oh, yeah, I'm way better than Elijah. I mean, you can, but right now Katina likes him, so that's not going to work.
Very true. But I think maybe why I say that I don't think Alyssa's attractive because I don't think it's just about her look. She has this weird look. I think she has like a resting bitch face, which bothers me. And that's why I don't. But hey, yeah, there are going to be people. I think all the other girls on the show are gorgeous.
Yeah.
I just cannot really say it for Alyssa. Not about her looks, not about her personality.
That's what it comes down to. I don't think she is a bad-looking girl. I think she's a good-looking girl. Not a great-looking girl, the good-looking girl. Her personality ruins it.
Oh, for sure. I think that's how I look at it because I can't get over the fact that she's just... she sucks.
She should revise that necklace of hers from ace to ass. I think she should change up a couple of those letters. That's more accurate. That's more appropriate.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, so let's talk about it. This is great. She's alone in her room, even though she goes, I was hoping I'd spend the first night with my husband. It's like,
you could have.
Do you? Yeah, you're the one who chose. She literally goes, why me? Why did this happen to me?
Because you signed up for it, you idiot.
Well, yes, but also you could sign up and suck it up and try to make the best of it. Give it a little bit of effort. Spend one night. Tell Chris. Chris would gladly sleep on the floor like Jeff D. If Alyssa was like, I want to try to spend the night with you. I'm taking the bed. You sleep on the floor. He'd be like, absolutely. Tell me what time I need to get up.
I honestly don't understand what's wrong with Chris. I'll be honest, he's not my type, but he's not bad looking.
Right, he's not revolting.
Nice guy. He's a nice guy. He has some sort of sense of humor, a little bit.
Yeah.
He has a decent job.
Not the best hobby.
Not the best hobby, but that's fine.
Right.
He seems to be very interested in this whole thing. He's taking it seriously. Like, I seriously don't see what's wrong with him.
He wants to do shit. He wants to go stand up paddleboarding. He wants to go scuba diving.
Yeah.
He seems interesting enough.
Yeah.
Good looking enough.
But as Alyssa said, his teeth and his belly, it's like, don't look at his teeth and his belly.
You're no supermodel either.
Like, what are you talking about? Like, we all have bellies. It's been the pandemic. I have a beer belly.
We all put on our COVID-19. I put on a COVID-29 probably. But so, okay, let's cut to Chris, who's waking up alone. And his sensibility crushes me because he's like, I knew there'd be compatibility issues. I just didn't think they'd come night one. Like, he could be so pissed right now. He could be so angry. He could be angrier than Alyssa is. But he's not.
That's why I'm saying there's nothing wrong with that guy.
No.
He's nice, he's calm, he's realistic because he says, I'm not happy, but I'm not giving up just yet. But he is aware of the situation. Like,
Yeah. He
she
thinks there's
didn't
a
even
chance.
she didn't even give it a chance. That's what bothers me the most. Like sometimes, I don't know, I've never been in that situation, but I feel if you get to know someone, the attraction can grow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just basing it on the example of our
Well, Jamie and Doug.
yes, our favorite couple. But yeah, that's what happened.
Right.
She was freaking out
Jamie
at the
was
wedding.
literally, I don't want to say disgusted, but she was very turned off
Yeah.
by Doug. And look at them now.
Yeah. And Alyssa's just,
Okay. Well, they go to paddleboard. Chris set up some stand-up paddleboarding at the beach. And I'm not giving Alyssa credit at all, but I'm surprised she actually showed up to do this.
me too.
She's like, despite everything that's happened, I'm trying to be the bigger person. Excuse me? Alyssa, you're trying to be the bigger person? The bigger person wouldn't have gotten her own hotel room.
Mm-hmm.
The bigger person would have actually tried.
Yeah.
It's her actions and her choices of words. It's not like one is redeeming and the other one's like, oh, well, I wish she didn't say that. It's like they're both terrible.
Yeah. I don't understand her, but they're doing it. They're stand-up paddleboarding.
Well, they're not really. They're not doing it.
Well, Chris is having fun.
She's doing it.
Well, he's falling, but that's fine. He's never done
It's
it.
fine.
That's fun.
It's fine, but it's not a good look if you're trying to romance Alyssa and you can't even stand up on the paddleboard.
Well, if you have a good sense of humor, you would laugh. And she did laugh for a little bit.
She was
She's
laughing
like,
at
that
him.
That was actually pretty funny.
She was laughing at him, not with him.
True.
Because if he got up there and he was a pro, I don't know what kind of tricks you can do on a paddleboard. If he did a backflip or something, she might have been
Didn't
like,
Barney
ooh.
from How I Met Your Mother said he had sex on a paddleboard?
Exactly.
Remember when he was listing all the things?
But like if that may have been an opportunity to turn the tide and turn her on a little bit. But he's falling off. And Chris, my man, you got to lose the T-shirt. Okay, you can wear a wet shirt if you want. When we went to Club Med, because we like to live dangerously, we went stand up paddleboarding. I wore a wet shirt because the sun is crazy down there and we would get burned in 20 minutes. But he's wearing a black Hanes undershirt on the paddleboard. It's sopping wet. It's like sticking to him. It's not a good look. Like, I don't want to get on you too hard about this, Chris, but it's the little things that may make Alyssa look at you differently.
True.
Right? Get a wet shirt.
Get a wet shirt.
Go on Amazon. O'Neill, $29. We both got them.
Yes.
Right? So, okay. He's enjoying himself. Chris is enjoying himself. And once again, he makes me so sad with his words because he's like, Alyssa, she's a fun person to be around.
Oh, Chris.
What? He's blinded by the booty because she's on there on the paddleboard, booty out.
I guess.
And he's like, oh, she's fun.
Well, she was laughing, so I feel like he was just living in the moment saying, oh my gosh, like maybe me falling off of this paddleboard made her laugh. Maybe this is going to be good. Finally, she's warming up to me.
Okay, well, it gets worse because they finish paddleboarding. They lay down and Chris goes, I don't think I did a great job at all getting to know you. I don't think I did all I could do to get to know you or understand you. I think you're a cool person. What?
I think he's really trying. And
What?
it's sad.
Don't apologize to her. Like, I'm sorry that I didn't get to know you better or that I didn't try to understand you. Why are you apologizing, Chris?
Because he's a good dude. He's just he's trying to do anything. He's like, going if I apologize for nothing, she'll maybe give me a chance.
But here's the thing. Alyssa is not the type of person that's going to be turned on by this puppy dog.
True.
Oh, I'm sorry. If Chris is like, you're treating me like a piece of shit. Figure yourself out and come find me. Alyssa might be like, God damn. I'm going to rip that black Hanes t-shirt.
That's not his personality.
It's not, but as you said, he's trying. Well, I think he's trying the wrong way with her. And not that that's healthy.
Yeah.
And not that he should do that. But if he wanted her to look at him differently, maybe try that approach.
Like he cannot be an ass. If you're not an asshole, you can't really be one. Like you're not an asshole, even if you try. Like I'm not
No.
an asshole either. I think it would be just ridiculous.
It'd be inauthentic. But this puppy dog, I'm sorry, I didn't get to know you. That's that's not going to work for her either.
I feel bad for him. He's trying the only way he thinks he knows how.
Right. And then she goes, I just want to come across as united. Wait, you do? Because sleeping in separate rooms doesn't look united. And she goes, the experts they didn't do this right. And she's so concerned about the way they're perceived by others. Mm-hmm. I want to come across as united. Yeah. Not I want to be united. Not I want to make this work. I want to come across that way, right? At the family brunch, she got mad because Chris said certain things. Mm-hmm. She doesn't want the experts to see it. It's like she just cares about the way they're perceived.
Yes, but hey, you're on TV. We'll see it all. Even she said, I was so mad at Chris because we talked off cameras about what's going on. And I asked him that it's going to stay between us. And then he told my mom. It's like, he didn't tell her exactly what you talked about.
He didn't say anything that bad.
No, he literally said, we're not getting along. And he tips. Like,
right.
What can I do?
Right. How can I connect with your daughter better?
He didn't say, okay, so we talked with Alyssa and she said A, B, C, D, D.
Right.
Like,
she ate my asshole. Like, no. It's crazy. And she wants to be perceived better, but she's doing nothing to improve that perception. It's not like she's trying. She's just saying, well, hopefully we're perceived better. I want to come across that way. But what are you doing to come across that way?
Nothing. She's doing nothing. And she said, yeah, the expert just didn't do it right. Like, that's what I'm upset about.
Who are you? Now you're an expert, Alyssa? Now you're Pastor Alyssa? Dr. Alyssa? Like, what do you know about matchmaking?
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay. Then we find out about her trip to the psychic, which Alyssa really believes in.
Well, the psychic said, you're going to find a soulmate and he's going to have nice eyes and an eagle tattoo. And I have to say, I'm not sure if you looked at our messages today, but I did. Our friend Missy said,
I saw Missy. Shout out to Missy.
Shout out to Missy. Missy said that she watched the aftermaths, which we just couldn't, like after adulting adult. Like we had
needed to take a TV time out.
We had to turn the TV off. But Missy said that apparently the psychic said someone with a tiger tattoo, a lion tattoo, but Steve has a lion tattoo. So it would be a little awkward.
Well, it's funny because I was waiting for either Chris to peel off his wet Black Hanes undershirt and have the eagle tattoo, or when they were on the beach with the boat, I was like, keep my eyes open. Does anyone have an eagle tattoo? Because I thought that'd be hilarious. But that's wild if the psychic did say lion and Steve.
Who has an eagle tattoo?
Well, let me be. Yeah,
I guess a lot of people.
A guy with an eagle tattoo is nobody's soulmate. So the psychic was wrong about that.
I think a guy with an eagle tattoo is just dedicated to America.
America. Yeah. Or just really loves birds.
America.
Really loves local birds. Shout out to Before the 90 Day.
Yeah, where does he live? In Alaska?
Eagles. We saw bald eagles in Montana. Yeah.
Montana.
Okay. You calm down over there.
Wyoming, by the way.
Okay.
We saw the eagle in
Wyoming. I feel like we're really taking our time with this episode. Let's speed up a little bit here.
We're just chatting. We love to chat.
Let's talk about Noy and Steve.
Let's do it.
Who are waking up very cuddly. Noy's surprised how comfortable they are with each other. But
no sexy time.
But no sexy time. Not yet. She still thinks there's a lot to do, right? And maybe once they brush their teeth, they can do more because Steve says, lip kiss without brushing the teeth, no tongue. I respect that.
Yeah.
We do the lip kiss, a little, keep it to yourself in the morning, right? Although, Katina, no morning breath.
Good for her.
Good for her. Okay. So they're having breakfast and talking. Steve brings up, I'd really just love to find a campground right on the ocean. You wake up, you're right there. And Noy's like, yeah, for me, not so much. And Steve's like,
she's not a camper.
What don't you like about camping? She's like, well, there's no shower. There's no bathroom. You're outside, which is the whole idea, Noy.
I have to tell you something, guys. If that's their only issue, it's going to work because that's John and I. But the only difference is that I'm Steve and you're Noy. Because I freaking love camping.
I'm down to camp.
You are?
I've camped on the beach. But
You wanted to glamp.
I'm down to glam. Hell yeah. I'm a man of luxury. How many times do I have to tell you this? Me
So
and
John
Jesse.
wants to glam. As far as camping, like this is the compromise he's willing to do. We're gonna glamp.
Well, I love the idea of being in nature. I love the idea of no internet, no TV. You're just one with the wilderness. But I love the idea also of having a shower and a toilet. So what's wrong with that?
Oh, nothing.
What's wrong with that? So, okay. Steve and I, they go have a picnic. Shout out to charcuterie. That thing looked amazing. And Steve gives this little speech about how fast things are progressing. He doesn't even know what day it is. He must be doing 19 podcasts also. But he's like, things are going great, except when do I poop? Right? How do we do this? How do we do this poop dance? I don't know what's right to say, what's right to do. We just met and I have to poop.
Go to the lobby.
You go to the lobby. Steve, you tell your wife you're going to grab a coffee. You go to the lobby. And
That's the move.
Steve calls his trips to the bathroom meetings, which I guess when you don't have a real job, those are your meetings, right? So, taking a conference call, having a meeting.
Social media break.
Exactly. Right? And right after this poop talk, Noi is doing a one-on-one with the producer, and she's like, I think I'm falling in love. All this poop talk really
And
got me.
it only took 3 days.
3 days, one poop talk, and soulmates? Bullmates? Are we bullmates?
I feel like you can feel attraction. You can feel you like the person. I don't think you can feel love until you really get to know the person. I don't think you can feel love until you get into a fight and you can still get out of it and be happy.
Until you walk into a bathroom after your partner and there was no bathroom spray, you can't say you love the other person.
It never happened to us.
Ever. When we finish, we're like,
I sometimes spray myself too. No, I'm kidding.
Okay. So she's like, yeah, I think I'm falling in love with this guy. She finishes talking to the producers, walks straight to Steve and tells him that.
Very open, very bold. I respect the bold, but it's a little dangerous.
I don't respect that move at all. I don't respect that move. If he was someone you've known for a long time, then you can be that open and honest. But to tell someone that you've known for 3 days some big news like this, I don't know if you're thinking straight, Noi.
I mean, some people fall in love in 3 days and tell the partner right away. Some people wait 10 months, they get wasted, so they barely remember.
Guilty. Well, Steve's reaction to Noi confessing her love is, oh, thanks. That's nice to hear.
Well, he said he has strong feelings.
Yes, I have strong feelings, but he doesn't use the L word.
Because it's crazy.
That's a little crazy. Yeah.
Like, what do you love after 3 days? I guess I can freaking love adults adopting adults, and I only watched the ones.
I don't even love that.
No, I don't love it.
I don't know how I feel about that.
No, I don't love it, guys. It's a wild show. But yeah, I don't know what I can love immediately.
Like even a dog. Can you love a dog after 3?
Oh, hell yeah. I can
All
love
right.
a dog after an hour.
Okay. There you go. All right, let's move on. Katina and Elijah waking up. Elijah's like, look at that. Look at my wife. She smiles at me from the moment she wakes up. So happy to be with me. She couldn't be happier. Such a lucky woman. Look at that smile.
Well, we learned something. Katina loves cuddling. We knew that, right?
Yeah.
So she tries to cuddle Elijah but her body is too hot and his body is too sweaty.
Well, the hot body causes the sweaty body.
Well,
I'm right there. I feel Elijah's pain because my body runs hot. I sweat super easily.
you don't wake up in a puddle.
No, a cuddle puddle?
Cuddle.
No, I don't.
Well, Katina is so disturbed because she's like, he sweats so much. He needs like Botox under his arms.
Yeah, I know people who have done that.
Yeah.
But I don't sweat from under my armpits. I mean, kind of, I do.
No, you don't.
I feel like I do like a complete body sweat. I feel like it's coming from everywhere. It's not just my armpits.
But you don't usually.
No, because we keep it a cool 68 in here when we sleep.
Please don't even start this discussion.
The issue is Elijah thinks he's doing a phenomenal job at cuddling. He can't read the room. He's like, how was the cuddle? I thought I did a phenomenal job. And Katina's like,
I don't think he can read the room in general.
no.
He's no, dude. You
Okay.
missed the class.
So let's, speaking of sweating, let's talk about the next room they go to, which is the gym, everyone's favorite honeymoon activity.
Like Katina is not too thrilled, but
Who would be?
I know.
But cue the muscle montage because they were both killing it, making me feel very guilty for sitting on the couch watching reality TV, drinking whiskey. I was like, I need to get my life together.
Well, Elijah one was very aggressive. I didn't like it. If I was Katina, I would probably be like, okay, I'm not doing this with you. Let me just go on the treadmill and you do you.
Drop this weight. Drop this weight. I'm taking this ring off. If you drop this weight, I'm taking this ring off.
He's like, stop laughing. This is my element and I want you to respect it. It's like, dude, you were at the gym.
He's like, think about what bothers you. I'm like, you, Elijah one?
Yeah, I would slap him.
I mean, that level of intensity would be bad on a normal day. Forget on your honeymoon. I'd be like, can we just chill? Like, yeah, if you want to hit the treadmill for a mile, that's cool. Sweat out the margaritas.
If you're trying to be a trainer, that's not what you do. You're not her like boot camp trainer.
Right.
Like I had a trainer, like she was always nice to me.
Yeah, because you were paying her.
True, but like obviously she was like, hey, like you have to do this. Do 15 burpees, do this and do that. But she was like, do the burpees. What are you doing? Like, I would be like, you know what? Like, you're freaking yelling at me. I'm out of here. I'm not paying you anymore.
Yeah.
So,
well, yeah. It was
trying to be a trainer, but that's not how you do it.
I know Michael's the trainer.
Yeah.
Right?
You need to be, when you're a trainer, this is how I feel. You have to be a motivational speaker at the same time.
Absolutely.
You cannot be freaking yelling and losing your shit. No one's going to pay you.
Great point. Okay. What do you say we take a quick break, and when we
do it.
come back, we're going to go on a boat.
Let's go on a trip.
All right. And we're back on a boat with the group. The whole group is there.
Everyone's on a boat.
And before they set sail, we learned that Lindsay slid into Elijah's DMs to apologize for her behavior.
Which is nice.
It's nice. It's one way to go about it.
Like, I don't think they exchange phone numbers, so I guess that's the way to do it.
No, but you're on an island together. You could go talk one-on-one. You could apologize in person.
Well, I guess she felt bad after she calmed down, sobered up. MTS told her what happened.
Sobered up? So those two words are not in Lindsay's vocabulary.
Well, or she was wasted. Who knows?
I'm pretty sure she was wasted. Yeah. But either way, she slid in to Elijah's DMs, apologized. And so his plan is just like, let's let the drama go for now. Let's move on. She said she's sorry. Let's just move forward. So
good.
We're on the boat. Mark and Lindsay wearing matching pink. Okay.
I missed that.
It's a power couple move. It's a strong move. It's an aggressive move to show up to the group activity wearing matching shirts.
Like, I don't like pink, but I think it looks good on 10 people. So MTS must have been rocking it.
It didn't look bad. I just think it's a weird flex showing up in your couple's colors.
You and I, we have several matching shirts and a hoodie.
We buy matching gear, but it's never the same gear. So if we go to the Grand Tetons, we'll each buy a shirt from the shop, but it's never the same shirt.
That's not true.
What do you mean?
I was like trying to do the
like, what,
Grand Canyon. We
Okay.
have a photo. We're rocking our same outfits.
Moving on. Okay. everyone was looking pretty coupley. Not as coupley as the matching Mark and Lindsay, but pretty coupley, except Chris and Alyssa, of course. And the first question out of Elijah one's mouth is, who banged it out? Anyone bang it out here? I can smell it. I can smell that someone had sex last night. And Lindsay just starts cackling. Lindsay, her tell. Even though she doesn't tell, she tells.
They did it the shark style.
Oh, shark style.
Shark style.
I like that. Yeah.
I don't know how sharks bang, but I guess the one shark gets on top of the other shark.
That's a great
I would
question.
assume.
Oh my gosh. Remember when we saw ducks bang?
Oh my gosh.
I was just trying to envision sharks banging, and I just thought about the ducks banging. Guys, ducks have corkscrew penises.
I think we talked about it, didn't we?
I don't know. Too many pods. Ducks have corkscrew penises, and you figure that out. This is not the Discovery Channel.
And the male
podcast.
duck, the first 5 minutes, it looks like he's trying to drown the female duck.
Mm-hmm.
So there are like a bunch of people yelling at them, including us, like, what are you doing?
We're
Get
gonna
off the
call
duck.
the police. Yeah, like we were very, I don't know, scared.
Very disturbed.
Very disturbed. That's the word. Yeah. Anyways, so yes, they banged it out. Everyone kind of starts calling Lindsay out because she's giving it away that she gave it up. Michael's like, we haven't. It's only been 3 days. Jasmina wants an emotional connection first.
Good.
And we'll skip over what happens here because we'll talk about it more later. But apparently, Jasmina cut Michael off in this moment.
I didn't catch that, did you?
I did not catch that at all. But we'll get into it in a bit. Steve's like, I'm DTF, but I'm going to respect my wife.
Yeah, I think his wife is DTF too, so I think it's going to happen soon.
I think it'll happen soon. Or it's one of those couples that it happened and they won't admit it.
Well, I think he said it too, that they're just going to keep it to themselves, whatever happened. So it may have.
Yeah. So Chris then is like, pretty sure everyone's figured out Alyssa and I have not had sex. And yeah, kind of hard when you won't share a bed. Won't share a room, won't share a moment.
Nothing.
Together. We won't share anything together. Yeah. Okay, so they get to this island. It looks awesome. Mark is reunited with his shark family. He's happy to be amongst his shark brothers and sisters. And they kind of splinter. It's junior prom. The girls go one place, the guys go another.
Yeah, the girls are hanging out at the boat. The guys go on the island to have some drinks.
Yes. And Noe is the first to be like, you know what? I'm slowly falling in love with Steve.
Well, Steve is sharing that too, but that doesn't come across as happy as Noah because Steve is like, I don't know how I feel about it.
Yeah.
And the boys were like, dude, that's a little scary.
Yeah. And then Elijah he starts talking about the gym. Okay. And this is a lot because he was like, so we went to the gym and it wasn't a workout really. It was a test. I did an exercise. I knew it would be tough for me. And so I knew it would be tough for her. And here's the thing, guys. She spoke up. She said she wasn't into it. And I loved it.
He's like, this is real. This is the real deal seal.
I was making dinner for her. I put thumbtacks in her soup to see if she'd speak up, just to see if she would eat them or if she'd speak up. She spoke up. I loved it. Then, check this out. Next day, guys, I let the air out of her tires in her car just to see if she'd speak up. She spoke up. I love this woman. I'm going to keep testing her, see how much I can get away with. I love when she speaks up.
She told me she's allergic to peanuts.
Yeah.
So I made her something with peanuts. She ate it.
Just to see if she'd speak up. She couldn't speak up.
She ended up in a hospital.
Yeah, she was having anaphylactic shock, but she tried to speak up.
Didn't he say he has ADHD? He has something like
that's
dyslexia,
Mike.
something.
That's Mike from.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But I think Elijah has something too, and I can see because he can get so fired up.
Yeah.
He can go from 0 to 100 very fast.
Yeah.
Very fast.
I don't know if he said that, but he's out of control.
I think he said something. I don't know what exactly it is. I don't want to speculate, but he does have some sort of an issue, and you can see it. Like he can be out of control.
I'll
and
pay
I think
attention.
he's friendly and he seems to be nice what he wants to be, but he gets crazy, and I think that's gonna become their issue.
Interesting. I'll keep an eye on that. So then cut back to the girls, and everyone's like, Alyssa, how was your night? And she's like, I don't think we need to talk about it. Let's move on to something else.
She's like, well, she was kind of talking to Lindsay. She's like, move on to something else.
Like, you're the worst, Alyssa. You don't want to have conversations on camera. You don't want to talk to the other girls
Well,
about
she
your
hates
relationship.
Lindsay.
I know, but give us something.
Mm-hmm.
You're on TV.
She's the worst. But Noah is not the only one who's in love because Lindsay loves MTS.
Mark the Shack.
Mark the Shark.
Perfect man for me. I love him. He's the one. Woo!
It wasn't interesting that the girls on the boat were just like, oh, I love him, love him. The guys on the island like, Steve is... Come on. Now you cut me off. We're going to have a conversation.
Sorry.
I was gonna say the boys on the island, like Stevie is being a little concerned, and so is MTS.
Oh, yeah.
He is frustrated with the amount of energy that Lindsay produces, and
So am I.
it might be a deal breaker for MTS.
Yeah. Steve's like, it seems like it could be a deal breaker for you. And yeah, I think Mark is realizing what he's
Like
in
his
for.
eyes were just like getting out of his head
This is one of
about
those-
to pop.
This is one of those relationships where she's going to drive him to drink. It's going to become such an unhealthy, toxic relationship because she's always drinking. It's going to drive him crazy. He's going to start drinking. They're both going to spiral. It's going to be very unhealthy, I think.
I think MTS has a lot of responsibilities. I don't think it's gonna spiral.
Well, we'll see.
We'll see.
Okay, then Lindsay starts talking about the guys she's dated in the past and one guy in particular who lost his mind drinking and how that's been so difficult for her. And it's so like he would
I'm
drink.
not laughing at the fact that something happened like this to someone, but coming from Lindsay,
Right. I mean, I think the issue is like he would drink all of my wine. I would go home. I would just want to pour myself a bottle or two, and there'd be no bottles left. Right. It caused a huge rift in our relationship.
yeah, this sounds more realistic.
Yeah. And so Katina's just like, enough is enough. Right. She's so sick of Lindsay playing the victim that she decides to bring up the drama from the flight with Elijah
Yeah,
on.
she's not over. She's not over.
No, she didn't get a DM. Lindsay didn't slide into her
The
DMs.
beef was between Elijah
Sure.
Vaughn and Lindsay.
Sure. And Katina's like, you're way too old to act the way you're acting. Handle your liquor. Stop poking people and trying to get a reaction from them. And she tells Lindsay, I think you do a lot of weird, sneaky things on the side. And then she just gets up and walks away.
Mm-hmm. She kind of called her out on her BS, which is fine.
Yeah.
But you can also kind of ignore her and just enjoy the trip.
Right. I kind of feel like Katina missed her opportunity to do this. If she wanted to do it, she should have done it the day before.
Yeah, I agree.
When it happened. It's like everyone's kind of getting along now. Elijah Wan squashed it. We're good. We're moving forward. And Katina's like, you know what? I'm going to bring this back up. It's like, I think it was poor timing on her part.
Yeah, so she walked away and Alyssa followed her to the front of the boat.
Yes.
And they were just like gossiping about Lindsay, like, oh my gosh, she's the worst. Like, she's trying to be a shark, but she's not a shark. Like, she's like a blowfish. Like, oh my
Ooh.
gosh.
Cliques are definitely forming. You have the girls kind of splintering off into these cliques.
Well, Katina said something that I disagree with. She said, I didn't come here to make friends. I think
That's good.
Well, yeah, but
You
I
didn't.
think they all become friends at some point. I'm not saying they all will bond, but you see a lot of friendships coming out of all these seasons.
But it shouldn't be your main objective.
No, it shouldn't, but it's part of it. It's definitely a part of the experience. You meet new people.
It can be.
Yeah.
It can be. I think it'd be way worse if they were like, I'm just here to make friends. It's like, no, you're here to get married.
Yeah.
So that should be your priority.
True. All right, I'll give you this one.
So everyone gets back on the boat. It's time to head back. And they start playing Never Have I Ever.
All right, so explain this to me. They
Sure.
were doing something with the fingers. Were they even drinking?
I don't know if they were drinking. So I think with the finger thing is you start with 5 fingers. If you have done the thing, right? So Chris, never have ever been outside the US or Canada. We would both put a finger down
Because we have?
because we have. been.
Oh.
I think, right? The idea is, right? I don't know.
Just drink.
Just drink. But I think the idea is if you've done those things, because the things shouldn't be like, never have I ever traveled. It should be crazy things like never have I ever been to prison or whatever.
Or like
one of these
Lindsay,
was.
never have I ever killed anyone.
Right. And so you're putting your finger down because, oh shit, I did these crazy things. And if you put all your fingers down, you're out. I think that's the way to play, guys. Correct us if I'm wrong.
So basically, you're supposed to be the virgin to win?
Yes, because Noi was like, never have I ever gone skinny dipping. And like people put their fingers down and Jasmina goes, sluts.
Have you been?
Skinny dipping? Maybe.
I have with my parents.
Okay, that sounds European.
Well, my parents love being nudists once in a while.
I know.
We used to go on like a nudist beach vacation to Croatia. We made friends. We have pictures.
I've been on a nude beach. Well, that's interesting. I feel like there should be a no camera rule on those beaches, but I definitely went on a nude beach with my family, and we walked down the beach, and we were not naked, but everyone else was. But I think we used to go pool hopping in high school. So
What's pool hopping?
the sun would go down, it'd be nighttime, right? And we would run around different neighborhoods and just jump in people's pools, jump out and run. It's a very Connecticut thing to do. As I'm telling you this story, I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Oh my gosh.
But maybe we did it naked once. I don't know. I don't know. I've been in the ocean naked, I think.
I can see some of your friends doing this naked.
Yeah.
I feel like some of your
Ted.
friends are
Generous.
Ted's naked all the time.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways.
Okay.
Katina's like, never have ever cheated on anyone. Steve has. I thought, do you say something you've done or haven't done? I guess you say something you haven't done.
Haven't done.
I thought Katina was like a cheater.
No, she's not.
She always got cheated on.
Yes.
Okay. And then Chris is like, never have ever had a threesome. Yeah, Chris, you've been having a lot of one-sums the past couple of nights, I think, alone
because
in your
he's
hotel
Mr.
room.
Monogamy. What do you want?
Right. And then the game gets amazing.
Well, the game turns into
This is not how the game is played.
it turns into Isaac's version of Never Have I Ever.
Which is just asking very sexual questions, not in the form of never have I ever.
No, he just blew it. It's same thing. Yeah, he just blew it. He's like, have you ever banged multiple people in one family?
Like,
and I was like, everyone literally was like, what?
First of all, that's not the construct of the game. Second of all, have you ever you guys ever slept with someone in the same family? Elijah Wan's like, like a mother and a daughter. The whole boat is like,
Like, how would you even put it in a way of never have I ever?
Never have I ever had sex with two people from the same family. But he has.
I know, that's
so
what
he
I'm
couldn't.
saying.
Never have I ever never had sex with two people.
He sucks at the game.
Yeah. Well, Noy's like, that's disturbing. And he goes, that's not disturbing. That's a beautiful experience.
He's like, I picked them up at the train station.
Choo choo.
Like, was he an Uber driver? Or how did you...
I don't think he meant like you picked up.
Maybe he like hooked up with a girl. She's like, hey, can you pick me up? Oh, my mom is with me too.
That's hilarious that you say pick them up like in a car.
Well, he
I thought
said
just,
it.
like picking someone up at a bar, like going up and talking to them.
Well, so you think he was like taking a metro north?
Maybe he just, sends out
Oh
the
my
bus.
gosh.
He's like, I was the conductor, got right in their caboose.
Gee.
Yeah. And then the game doesn't stop there for Elishawn. He's got more questions. Okay, how about this? Still not the construct of the game. What if your spouse asks for a threesome? You guys in? Everyone's like, seeing as we just got married 48 hours ago, the right answer is probably no.
Elisa's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And Katina's over his wild Isaac stories.
Not happening, Elishawn.
You can see everyone's just shocked. Everyone's just like, what?
Elishawn's like, well, okay, but if you offered, why would I deny that?
I love how he just like shared the fact that she banged two people in the same family.
Just love the way he asked it. It was so good.
Oh my gosh.
And then the boat gets back, and that's the end of the boat ride.
Yeah, back to the couples.
Back to the one-on-ones.
So Steve and I, they're
Yes.
enjoying a date night.
Dinner on the beach. Beautiful. And Steve's like, we've really connected. Our intimacy is moving right along. And Noe agrees. She's so surprised how strong the physical connection is. And Steve brings up the love conversation and how Noe feels like, you probably expected more, right? You probably wanted me to say it back. And he says, based on the 3 days together and how well we communicate, there's potential. There's potential for that.
And it's good that he is grounded because he said, I want to get to know you first. I want to see how we feel in a little bit longer than just 3 days.
Yes. Very healthy.
Yes.
I think. And Steve almost doesn't believe that Noe can love him, I think, because he's like, I haven't fully shown myself.
Well, she said she might be falling in love. She didn't say I love him. She didn't say that. She said I might be falling in love, but she's like, oh, I almost understand. Like she feels so comfortable and everything is so awesome. They are married. It's not just like you're dating. And I think she just feels overwhelmed how great this whole thing feels. So I almost understand where she's coming from. She's just very vocal about it.
Okay. Yeah. So then what we learned in that Never Have I Ever game is that Steve cheated on someone. And Noe was kind of surprised on the boat, but then here at dinner, Noe's like, so I've cheated on a partner too.
Well, when they were like 18, it doesn't even count.
Does it not count? Because my question was going to be, they're trying to paint Elijah and Katina, this relationship, as like, oh my God, cheaters and cheated. But Steve and Noe did it too.
I guess when you're like 18, it's like, I don't know.
It doesn't count as much.
Well, it doesn't. I had a serious boyfriend in high school.
He cheated on you.
He cheated on me
on your
my
birthday.
No, not even any birthday. On my 18th birthday. You know why? Because I didn't invite him to my birthday party.
Sounds like such a healthy relationship.
It was great. We were breaking up every 2 weeks. My dad like hated him.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so he went to his own party somewhere else.
Oh boy.
And he banged someone.
I'm so sorry that happened to you.
And I'm not.
I'm
but
not
that
either.
girl loved. She just shared it with everyone. So I freaking found out like 2 days later.
Yeah.
But the thing is that I was bothered by it, but in the same time, I wasn't, because I wanted to go to college and I wanted to do all these things, and he didn't. He just wanted to stay in my small hometown, which I believe he's still at.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about him, but
Yeah, it was
as
your
far as I
out.
know, yeah. And my dad didn't like him, and so it sucked at the moment. I was 18, I was hurt.
Yeah, of course.
But eventually, like, I was
It was
like,
good. In the long run, it was good
yeah.
for you. Yeah. Okay. So then they leave dinner. They head to the pool with almost no clothes on. And Noe, I don't like these questions. Do you like kissing me? On a scale of 1 to 100, do you like kissing me?
You see, I missed it. You know what? The problem with this show is
I know what you're going to say.
they need to dial back the background noise. It's so loud.
Yes.
Half of the things I don't even hear.
Which, from a production standpoint, as a viewer of reality television, I kind of like, because it adds to the authenticity. It's not like they're closing down a set and being like, everyone quiet on the set, we're filming. It's like, it feels more real and authentic.
Yeah.
But yeah, as trying to follow along and take notes, it's a little harder.
I'm not saying, remove the ocean sound. Just make it less aggressive.
They're not putting in ocean sound effects. That's ambient noise being picked up by the microphones. They can't tell the ocean to be quiet while we're filming.
I know, or get better mics.
Right.
Something that's only gonna, or mostly gonna pick up their voices.
Right.
Have some background noise. That's great.
You got to have a little room
But it was
tone. Yeah.
overpowering, and they didn't even put subtitles on. And I really had to pay attention sometimes. I'm like, what are they saying? Like, I literally can't hear.
So let me tell you. So she's like, do you like kissing me on a scale of 1 to 100? How do you like kissing me? And Steve says a lot closer to 100 when it's just me and you. With the cameras, about a 50. That's what he said.
Okay, Steve.
Did you notice Steve's like holding Noe like a baby the whole time? Like, maybe she doesn't know how to swim, but I was like,
She was like wrapped around him.
yeah, the whole entire
Yeah.
time he was like adults adopting adults.
You never hold me like a baby.
That's false. I give you piggybacks.
You do give me piggybacks.
Yeah.
I'll hold you like a baby once I adopt you.
Okay. And so then here we go, another scale question. Noe's like, all right, well, do you love me? Like on a scale of 1 to 100.
How did I miss this?
And that's ridiculous, first of all.
That is ridiculous.
But only because love would be 100. There's no scale of love. You can't love someone a 7 out of 100.
That's true.
That would be like.
Yeah.
Love is 100, right? It's always
That's
100.
a really good point.
So she needs to relax. Like, I get it. You want validation. You want to know that this person is as into you as you are into them. But these questions to me would be a turnoff.
Not on day 3. Like
Not on
maybe
day 3.
when you're about to go into the decision day, you want to
you could
know
do it
what's going on.
before.
Yeah.
At least wait till the honeymoon's over. Like the
Yeah.
honeymoon period, it's not real. Right? The honeymoon, especially in these instances, they don't know each other. It's like you're not going to get a true informed decision. So
True.
why even ask the question? Okay. Should we go to the next couple?
Let's do it.
Because there is a late breaking development here, folks, with Jasmina and Michael. Late breaking. Jasmina is self-filming, saying, when we were talking about consummating the marriage on the boat, Michael felt like I cut him off while he was talking. And it's like, Mike, stop creating problems. She did not. She was, it was a question to the both of you. It wasn't a question to you, Mike. It was a question to the couple, and you both responded.
Yeah, I don't understand this at all. And Jasmina's annoyed. She thinks this is rude and disrespectful, and she's not going to apologize as Michael wants her to, which is also ridiculous.
Yeah, the whole thing feels super escalated because she's like, I don't even want to be in this marriage now. I don't want to be in the same room. I don't want to be in this marriage. I'm like, what happened?
Well, the thing is that they literally just met. So I feel like it's very easy to go from 0 to 100. Like, you're a stranger.
Right.
You can be so in love, and then the person's going to do something wrong, and you can be like, oh my gosh.
Sure. Right. I said it on a different podcast, I think. Maybe it was Maths, but like
Too many podcasts.
you don't have enough good to balance the bad. So when you do one bad thing, there's only like one good thing that you guys have done together too. So now it's half of our relationship is bad.
But this is so silly. Like, this is a silly thing.
Ridiculous.
Like, it's ridiculous. Like, they should not be discussing this or arguing over this. But hey, they are, and they're not stopping there.
Well, it's Michael making a big deal out of nothing, which is what he's known to do.
He's making a camel out of a mosquito.
That's what they say.
Oh, Michael.
So they go to dinner. Michael is wearing a shirt from the Joe Exotic collection. I don't know if you saw that.
I did.
And the fight from earlier has not been forgotten. And Jasmine is like, I'm not going to apologize for cutting you off because I don't feel like I did, but I'll apologize for making you feel that way.
Which is nice. And Michael should just be like, thank you, moving on. But that's not Michael.
No.
That's not Michael.
And
he's like, I feel we're just like talking in circles. Dude, move on.
Right. And I keep thinking, if this wasn't a TV show, if there wasn't a production schedule, and you got into this fight where one partner's like, I don't even want to be married anymore, you wouldn't go to dinner. You'd be like, okay, maybe we're going to stay in the room. Maybe we're not going to talk. Maybe we will talk. We'll get room service. I don't know, but we're not going to a oceanside dinner, right? But because this is television, it's like, nope, you guys better get out there. We need to film. And so now they're put into this situation with unsettled business. And it's just such a juxtaposition between this beautiful setting and this argument.
Possibly, unless they resolved the issue before, kind of said, you know what, let's go to dinner.
Yeah.
But it's back
It
on.
came back, yeah.
And then Michael said something that really rubbed me the wrong way. He said, well, moving forward, however you say I'm sorry, I'll just accept it. She's like, dude, she didn't say she's sorry. She said she's sorry because of the way she made you feel, which is awesome. She didn't apologize, and she shouldn't have.
Well, the thing that made me a little nervous and uncomfortable was he goes, okay, if it happens again, I'll point it out immediately. Then we can address it. And I'm like, well, now this guy's just going to be on the lookout for things that are wrong. So he could be like, that right there. That's what I'm talking about. And
Yeah.
so the whole relationship is going to be him keeping an eye out for when I can say, see, oh, that's what I was talking about.
It's just annoying.
The only thing Michael needs to apologize for is that shirt, though. That's what he should apologize for.
And he's living the island life.
That's very true. Okay. Katina and Elijah.
Yes.
They're
They're
out.
going out to a restaurant somewhere in town.
They're out, yeah, cafe. Katina wants to talk about the altercation with Lindsay on the boat.
And I love her dress.
Oh, I missed that one.
Beautiful long yellow dress.
Okay.
Love it.
Okay. Katina pissed that Lindsay is playing this victim card. And Elijah's like, yeah, like Mark came up to me. He apologized. Like, we're good. Squashed it. And Elijah is thrilled to hear Katina defending him when he's not over there.
He's like, my wife, she always has my back.
yes, my
I'm
wife.
loving it. Yes,
Always
my
has-
wife.
Yeah, had my back from day one.
Oh, yeah.
I know it's day 3, but still, that's like 3 days of back having. That's my wife. Yeah.
And then something happened that I didn't expect. I didn't expect Katina to say she's okay with the Isaac stories. Like, she's not bothered by it.
Yeah.
Which-
I know.
Really, I almost feel like she shouldn't be bothered by something that he did in the past. If he told her in the private, be like, yeah, this used to be me, but I'm not that person anymore. I would be bothered by my partner literally flexing all this in front of everyone.
Right.
I would be like, dude, what's wrong with you?
Hey, and maybe that's why they were matched, because she can accept it, because a lot of people would not be able to.
True.
She can. She does say, I'm not down with a threesome idea. She does say, I don't want to share my man. And that was the music to Elijah Wan's ears. He was actually super pumped.
He's like, I found my queen. I even deleted Instagram for you.
Okay, so here's the thing. Elijah Wan, I think he wants to pretend he's this playboy. He wants to pretend, I just go through women. I run through women. I think he just wants to be loved. And sleeping with so many women, it was just so he could up his chances of finding love. He was just like, okay, I'm going to stay with the woman for a day or two. If she's not loving me, I'm going to move on to the next, because I think it's all an act. I think he really just wants to find the one, his queen. And now that he has, he deleted Instagram.
I think he's insecure.
Yeah.
And he's masking his insecurity with all this match talk. Like, Isaac, like, yeah, have you guys ever banged two people in
Right.
a family? Like, I picked them up at the train station. It was a mom and a daughter. Like,
That's
who
what I'm
says
saying.
That?
That's what I'm saying. It's a facade. He's not really this playboy.
No, because he cries.
He's this insecure
Yeah.
man who just wants to be loved and find love. And I think that's why his numbers were so high, because the more women, the more chances he has to be loved.
I agree.
And he deleted Instagram, either to show his love for his queen or because Lindsay would not stop DMing him. Just drunk DMing Elijah Wan. Okay, so then they start talking about sex a little bit, and Elijah Wan's like, I don't want to rush it, because after sex, the relationship can die so fast. Plus, Katina brings so much joy without even getting physical.
Which, again, it's crazy that he says this to the cameras. Meanwhile, when he's with his friends, he's like, yeah, if she wants to do anal, I'm going to bang her.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
going to do anything. But I don't think he wants to do that.
I mean, he's not going to turn it down.
No,
but he's into it for more than just the
I
physical.
believe when he talks to the camera saying, let's take it slowly, let's get to know each other.
Oh, yeah.
I just don't think he would say to his friends, because that's not his image.
He is a romantic. I mean, they get back to the hotel. He's rearranged the rose petals on the bed to be KD instead of KG, so her new last name, I think.
Okay.
Right? And he pops the champagne. Cheers to lifetime. Shout out to the network we're on again.
Cheers to his queen.
And then he starts a nice foot massage.
And Katina's like falling in love.
There you go.
She's like, this is a dream come true.
She's going full Darcy.
She's
This is
crying.
everything I've dreamed of. This is it. I love love. I just feel happy.
Well, I hope it works out for them.
It's not gonna, but I hope it does. Let's talk about this other couple who it's not gonna work out for. There's two more couples. Okay, Alyssa and Chris.
They're going scuba diving.
Scuba diving,
Scuba diving.
snorkel scuba. Chris is pumped. Alyssa, not so much.
I would go too.
Absolutely would go, but
You don't like scuba diving?
I would do it. I would scuba or
like
snorkel. We're
snorkeling,
not
snorkeling.
Yeah, we are not licensed or
No.
certified to go scuba diving.
Snorkeling. I love
I would
snorkeling.
snorkel. Yeah. I used to have a snorkel. I would go to the beach all the time and snorkel.
I was afraid you're going to say I used to go to my parents' pond.
Oh, God, no. No.
Every year we went to Croatia with my family, and all I ever did was I was either picking up crabs, or I was snorkeling or reading Harry Potter. So my bag was entirely
Nerd alert.
canned.
Yeah.
My front was so wide because you cannot read a book, have it above you.
what are
You
you,
cannot
nuts?
snorkel
On your back.
on your bag, and you cannot pick up crabs on your bag either.
You crab walk on your back, though.
True,
Remember when we went to Destin?
I guess.
What do you mean? We went to Destin. We sat in the water on the fish.
Destin.
That'd be a beautiful place to snorkel because the water is so clear.
That's so true.
Next time. Okay. So they get to the water. Chris gets all strapped in. He is shirtless this time. And Alyssa's like, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, so I'm very careful with the words I say. Are you?
He's like, but he's not my type.
Yeah. Long story short, She doesn't love the body of disc golf players. That's not really her body type.
Like, he doesn't look bad. Like, he has a little belly.
He looks normal.
Literally normal.
He's literally normal.
Yeah.
Not heavy, not skinny,
No.
not muscular, not he's
Normal.
the definition
Normal
of normal average guy.
I know it's me. Like,
Yeah. So he's scuba diving. She's inside eating lunch. And the producer's like, what kind of things would you want to do? You know, you're not out there scuba diving. What would you want to do?
And she like loses her shit.
This was the most disgusting answer I've ever heard in the history of reality television.
Go.
What would you want to do besides this? If up to you, what would you choose to do? I don't know, like leave here?
Ah!
So then leave. So leave then. No one, I don't think anyone's holding you there. Leave. You're so ungrateful, so unwilling to try. Have a stick up your ass the entire time.
She's like, I didn't want to go scuba diving. Like, I'm not happy. I'm not happy. Like, ugh.
You're
like,
in
what?
Puerto Rico, okay, on an all expenses paid trip. Get your act together, Alyssa.
Plus, you signed up for it. The fact that you married a stranger, it means that you don't know who you're going to marry. And you should have gone into this with an open mind.
Right. Decision
But she
day.
didn't.
Decision day is in 2 months. You got to play the game. Play the game for 2 months, then decide.
And maybe you find him awesome because I think he's a good dude.
Yeah. And then Alyssa's like, I'm mad at my mom right now. Like, I told her I don't want to scuba dive. She said, who cares? Just do it. But like, you know, I paddleboarded. Like it was fine. I paddleboarded. That's different. Like, you don't have to be next to him.
So now she's sharing with her mom.
Like, what?
How dare her?
Right now, she's the one sharing. Yeah. Yeah. I've never seen someone try so hard to be the victim. You're not a victim. Maybe you're a victim of your own attitude.
For sure.
But Chris is not doing anything to you. Maps is not doing anything to you. The experts, no one, you're not a victim.
Poor dude is like scuba diving by himself. Snuba diving.
Yeah, it's better for him probably.
Yeah, I wish he met someone on this trip.
Yeah.
Because he deserves love.
Okay, last couple.
Last but not least.
Lindsay and Mark the Shack.
Mark the Shark eating dinner.
Having dinner on the beach. Mark is talking about how he loves the core things they have in common. But on the honeymoon, there are so many things getting in the way of them trying to get to know each other. Like the girls attacking Lindsay.
And he says he feels a little like suffocating.
He feels like he's suffocated? Yeah. Yeah. Well, he loves that Lindsay wants to take care of him, but he wants to slow it. He wants to pump the brakes a little bit, right? Which, okay.
He just wants the flow
He wants
to
to go
be organic.
an organic flow, an all natural flow, 100% all natural flow.
Because he's a shark.
Yeah.
He just wants to go with the flow.
And I'm with you, Mark. And I'm on your side if I had to take a side in this relationship. But you guys banged it out. There's confirmation you guys had sex. And now that you got it in, now you want to pump the brakes.
I just think he wants to, I don't think because of they bang. I really think he's like a nice dude, but I think he wants to pump the brakes because since the second he met Lindsay, there have been issues. There have been issues at the wedding. She was drunk. There
Yes.
have been issues at a hotel room later. There have been issues on the plane. There have been issues in the van. There have been issues on the boat. I think he's just like, oh my gosh, like we need to step back because I can't take this.
I think that's a great point. And to add to that, clearly Mark hasn't fallen in love with Lindsay yet. They haven't known each other very long at all. And I think
Like everyone else.
right. And I think all of these outside factors, all the things these other girls are saying or guys are saying, they're starting to get in his head because the girls are hating on Lindsay. The guys are like, she's a lot, like it's a lot of energy. And it's making Mark, I think, like her less or look at her in a different way, start to see she's not perfect because it's not like, oh, I have a year under my belt with this girl.
Yeah.
And then one girl at the bar is chirping her. And I'm like, oh, how dare you say that about my wife? It's like, no, he doesn't know her. And he's hearing all this kind of bad stuff about her.
Not even hearing, he's witnessing.
He's seeing it too.
It's not like someone told him, like, when Chris's friends told Alyssa about Chris is teaching people. No, no one told him anything.
Right.
He's witnessing all of it. And I personally understand. Like, I would probably be a little shocked too. I would not to give up, and he's not giving up. He just says, let's take it slower. Let's maybe get to know each other a little bit.
Oh, I can pull back, but I pull way back. There's no in between.
Yeah, and the next thing she said was just...
Oh, here we
What?
go. Here we go.
She's like, if you want to slow things down, then you need to stop clogging the toilet with your shit, farting in bed, peeing with the door open, and chewing with your mouth open.
Mark the Fart is his new nickname.
I mean, listen, Mark the shark is very comfortable in his natural habitat surrounded by the ocean.
He feels at home. Relax, Lindsay. She goes, why would you plan a romantic dinner and then talk about pulling back? Because the producers planned the dinner, Lindsay. He did not. He did not. She gets so pissed. She stands up, leaves. Mark tells the camera, I just wanted to let Lindsay know where I'm at. I still think we can have a great marriage, but I just want to be open and honest, which is good.
Yeah.
Instead of letting the resentment build, talk about it.
And like, he's being nice and calm about it. It's not like he's like yelling at her that she's crazy.
Right.
I'm all team MTS.
It's just like, hey, we've gotten physical fast. And many of other couples have had the similar conversation. Oh, we've gotten real physical. I think we should get to know each other. So it doesn't just become pure sex, like a pure sex relationship. Get back to the hotel room. Lindsay's pissed. There's still rose petals all over the hotel room, which is hilarious. And yes, you are raising your hand.
Okay, are you ready for this pun?
Oh boy.
MTS is just swimming away.
No, God!
Stop it. That's pretty good, right?
He's swimming away. Yeah.
He's just swimming away.
Yeah. And Lindsay's like, okay, well, you want to take it slow? You want to go with the flow? Hi, I'm Lindsay. Nice to meet you. If you want to take me out on a date, we can take it from here.
And then MTS swims away. And Lindsay's like, how do you not know better, you stupid idiot?
Oh, God.
Which, if I watch this, me being MTS, let's say we figure things out eventually. If I watch this back to back after this whole thing is over, I would get pissed because that's rude. That's really bad. Like, instead of you being like, you know what, like, we'll think things through. Let me calm down. Like, calling him a stupid idiot, it's a lot.
Yeah. The only thing I will say in Lindsay's defense, and she didn't bring this up, so it's not really in her defense, it's in my thought, is he should have given examples, I think, of how to slow it down. Because I think we should just let it flow organically, take it natural. It's like, well, what does that mean? Does that mean stop having sex, or does that mean spending less time together? Does it really mean maybe you should cool it on the drinking? Like, he didn't
I think that's what he meant.
Right, he didn't really explain what that meant.
True.
So it's a little confusing, but what an episode.
Wow.
Love and maths.
I love chatting about this.
Love chatting. Love chit-chatting about this. Love chit-chatting about it with you guys. So,
And me.
Well, yeah, you for sure. But I was just going to lead into the Instagram. So,
All right.
love chit-chatting with you guys. And you can chit-chat with us on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. So send us those messages. Send us those thoughts. Like the memes. Check out what else we're posting. Also, make sure you follow the podcast wherever you're listening. So easy to do. Look down and smash that follow button.
Guys, smash it like it's as hot as this freaking episode.
Woo!
I know I say it a lot at the end of episodes, but I can't help myself because lately all these podcasts or all these shows we've been covering are just hot.
We love them. Yes.
I can't take it. So, I mean, I can.
Yeah, calm down over there.
I can.
Okay. And thank you guys again for the reviews. We really appreciate it. Please, if you haven't left one, it would be awesome if you could. And that's all I have to say. Anything else from you?
I've said it all.
You sure have. All right. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.